Hi there. Welcome to a series of videos called English for Emerson. On this channel, we learn some basic English reading and writing. Oh my goodness. This is the place to be, I don't mind telling you, because this is just conversational English that you're going to hear all the time if you speak to somebody in English. And we've been working on basic questions and answers. Last time we had an annoying question. We didn't even bother to answer it, really. Last question we had was, what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh man, oh boy, here we go. Again? No, we're not doing that today. We're doing a different question, one you'll hear all the time. Simple. Simple. And that question is, how does that sound? You know, let's say you say to somebody, let's go golfing today. How does that sound? You know? Basically, when you say, how does that sound, what you're really asking is, what do you think? How does it sound to you? Do you follow me? You hear it all the time. We start off with a capital H. That spells how. You know, it's interesting. The OW can make a lot of different sounds in English. In this particular case, it's going to make the sound ow. We're going to have a couple of ows in this sentence. How does. What in the world? How in the world are we going to spell that? I remember one time, I don't remember very much about school, but I remember one time we had to spell the word does. And I had to sit there for I don't know how long at my desk and try to figure it out. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I did because I still know how to spell it, I think. D-O-E-S. Isn't that a weird looking word? Duez? Duez? Doez? No, this actually spells does. How does that? I'm going to see if I can squeeze that in down here. I probably can't. Probably a mistake. T-H-A-T. I squeezed it in. I hope you can see it. That's T-H-A-T. How does that sound? Can you hear the first letter in the word sound? Sound? This is going to be an S. Now, how are we going to make, and here, when we did how, we made the sound ow with an OW, and in the word sound, it's going to be different. Isn't it interesting? We can use different combinations of letters in English to make the same sound. And the sound in sound, the sound in sound, we're going to use an OU. Can you believe this? Sound. Isn't it interesting? There's no standardization in English. What does that mean? What does it mean there's no standardization in English? There's no standard. What it means is you never know how you're going to spell a sound in English. You have to memorize it. It's a guess. In this ow, we spell it with an OW, which is fine. In this ow, we spell it with an OU. There's no telling, and we know that this OW can make a different kind of sound. Like if you said, I own my bicycle, hey, that's my bicycle, I own it. O-W-N, I'm going to write it up here, spells the word own. Well, that O-W here makes a sound ow. In own, it makes a sound O. If somebody says, you do? That's your bike? You own it? Well, Y-O-U for you, it makes it sound ooh, the O-U. And you makes it sound ooh. Here, it makes it sound ow. What I'm trying to say is, it makes absolutely no sense. There's no standard in English. You just have to memorize it because there's no standard. It's all over the place. It's you know what? It's terrible. But that's just how it is. There's no telling what these combinations of letters are going to make the sound of. I know. This morning I feel like but it's just the truth. I'm trying to make a point here. How does that sound? Now listen, I'm done with that little part. You may not hear someone say this. I'm wiping that off. You may hear him say, how's that sound? How's that sound? The apostrophe can kick out the D, O, and the E and just leave the S. And you just shorten it up from how does to hows. Isn't that interesting? The apostrophe here can kick out 3 letters, the D, the O, and the E. And it can just be, how's that sound? We shorten it up in English. We can shorten it up a heck of a lot. Almost get rid of the whole word. How's that sound? You hear it either way. Well, it sounds good. Sounds. Listen to that word, sounds. Sounds. The S at the beginning makes the sound S, but the S at the end makes a different sound. Sounds. Sounds. Isn't it interesting? This S makes the sound S. This S at the end makes the sound Z. Sounds. Sounds. The 2 S's make different sounds. Do you understand me? Sounds good. Sounds good to me. We end it with a period. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. You know, in proper English, we would probably say, it sounds good to me. But we're just working with how things really, sometimes we just write it the way we hear it. Sometimes we don't, you know. That's probably what you would say or hear. Sounds good to me. Do you want to go golfing? How does that sound? Sounds good to me. Let's go. Or we could say, hey, do you want to go swimming? How does that sound? Sounds good to me. Do you follow me? You hear this all the time. And you say it all the time. Let's go do something. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. Okay, let's do it. See you next time on English for Emerson. Bye-bye.